This is the future.
10 years have passed, but still, Warframe is being dominated by the same meta, which is slash damage. This can also be paired with viral to give more bleed damage to the target. But why does slash damage become so popular in the game? Well, because it bypasses chunky armor and gives you tons of damage over time that it can kill even the most bullet sponge enemies in the past in a couple of seconds. We are talking about level 9999 here, but not the current level cap, but those times wherein you need a specific slash setup to take down one chunky bombard, or else, he will just enjoy exploding those rockets in your face. But honestly, slash is not that meta right now in my opinion, and players are exploring more damage types in the game because of how easy to kill enemies, and how Digital Extremes added a couple of stuff to make the game easier. Aside from the slash meta, Heat right now is taking the center stage also with the right setup. With a boost from viral status, Heat can deal insane damage over time to enemies, and there's this thing called Heat Inherit that makes it even better. This mechanic called Heat Inherit uses base damage of the weapon you're currently applying heat stacks with. The heat percentage and faction percentage from the weapon to apply the first heat stack get added to your DPS weapon and will use its base damage for calculations after heat stacks get refreshed by its procs. Damage gets multiplied again by the faction percentage of the DPS weapon. In short, if you apply the first heat stack with a 225% heat, primed heated charge and scorch, and 55% faction secondary, and continue applying more procs with a 55% faction DPS weapon, heat stacks will use the base damage of the DPS weapon, 225% heat and 55% faction from the secondary, and multiply everything by the DPS weapon's 55% faction. This damage gets even better when there are no armor and shield covering a target. Speaking of having no defenses, there are two great damage types that can also deal massive damage right now, and that is gas and electric. As we all know, gas damage is one of the 6 secondary elemental damage types, composed of heat and toxin elements. It is particularly effective against light-infested types, but deals lower damage to corpus and Grineer bodies. On the other hand, electricity damage is one of the 4 primary elemental damage types. It performs well against Grineer machinery and corpus robotics, but is mitigated by the alloy armor worn by many high-level Grineer units. You can even combine this 2 element to form a devastating damage over time setup, but you would need 2 things for this. One is to make sure that you have a good grouping setup, and the other one is that you can totally strip the armor and shield of enemies. Well, this is not a problem as defense stripping has widely become universal and buff across the board. In the past, we only have armor stripping abilities like Ash-Seeking Shuriken, but things changed when Digital Extremes introduced Hildrin and the Pillage ability that strips all armor and shield of enemies. It got even better as during the release of Helminth system, the developer added it as a subsumable ability, which makes it a universal defense stripping for all our favorite Warframes. The only problem is, to fully strip armor and shield, you need to have 400% power strength. That is not a very suitable build for all Warframes. But then came the broken Warframe that has way better power strength requirements. With 200% power strength, you can fully strip the armor and shield of enemies with their gaze ability. This makes it easier to deal damage with either gas or electricity, and all you need to do is just subsume Ensnare into the broken Warframe and call it a day. However, this combo is limited to only the broken Warframe, and it's either you use the Warframe or you just get back to using slash and viral. But then again, Digital Extremes proved to be generous developers to their player base and gave us a universal way to strip armor and shield with the Unaru focus. Right now, all you need to do is subsume a grouping ability like Ensnare, strip the shield with Magnetic Flare, and then strip the armor with Caustic Strike, and gas becomes very deadly to all of those poor non-armored, non-shielded units. And then, they added yet another ability on the Helminth system to remove all armor and shield easily, and that is Tharo's Strike from Stynax. It's pretty clear what Digital Extremes' intention on this one, and if it's not obvious that they are buffing other elements to compete with slash, then I don't know what else is the reason behind this. Normally, slash would be everything in my arsenal, but right now, I can pick between slash and viral, gas and electric maybe, or even heat. Why use gas though, squad leader? The good news about gas is it also doubles dips its damage over time with various damage buffing abilities, and even with faction mods. Gas is also a method to give pseudo-auto line-of-sight weapons. A gas proc deals damage within a 3 meters radius, stacking up to 6 with additional procs. With a grouping ability, you can easily spread this gas procs to units, and they just die after inhaling the gas procs. I don't know about you, but there are other choices right now aside from slash and viral meta, and if you try it, you'll see how massive the difference of the kill speed of a gas setup over slash setup. Defense stripping brought upon a new life to gas in Warframe, and I can't believe that after years, this element is now usable again. Yes, I know that there are requirements, and slash would still be the top dog over a gas build if there is no grouping and enemies are with armor and shield, but there are options right now to play outside of the meta and you can explore it. Also, digital extremes are buffing other elements such as cold, which can probably be a great hard CC after the Citrene's Last Wish update. I just don't get the idea of staying with slash meta when you have a whole lot of options to explore. Just saying though. Now, I would like to know what are your favorite damage setup in Warframe this year. Let us discuss in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.